Peace. What's happening, good people? This gift here for Payusnomind, and today we're talking about advertising your music on Deezer using Feature.fm. Now, you guys have heard me talk about this before, but I'm gonna just walk you through the process and also, explain a bit about Deezer and why I feel like it's worth your time. Now for those that don't know, Deezer is one of the top 4 streaming platforms in the world. So it has like millions of users. you know um and another thing about it is the fact that the people who use it are music fans. So that you're reaching people who are hungry for music, because these platforms like Deezer and Spotify and Apple Music, they're not hands-off platforms. It's not like Pandora where you just open up the app and you get music, or radio when you turn on the radio and you get music. These platforms, when you open up Deezer, you have to know what artist you want to hear, what style of music you want to hear. So they got to open up Deezer, and if they want to hear Nas music, then they go to Nas and they find him, or they have to create playlists, or find music to add to their music library. So these are very active and engaged music fans, and these are the type of music fans that you want and need, because these are the type of people who are going to take initiative in regards of actively listening to your music. Whereas more so passive music fans who are used to radio and things like Pandora, they might not take an aggressive approach to discovering your music or engaging with it after they discovered it, because at the end of the day, they're used to music being delivered to them in their lap. So they're not used to going out and having to look for anything. And those types of music fans, when you're an indie artist, aren't going to be beneficial to you, because you're not going to be on radio, and you're not going to be on TV, and you're not going to be easily accessible. So if they're not going to be listening to your music, if it's not easily accessible, then they're not really going to be that beneficial to you. These types of music fans who are engaged and on these streaming platforms are really vital, because of that fact of them being super engaged and taking initiative to go and find the artists that they love and build a relationship with those artists on their own in their music. So platforms like Deezer and Feature.fm, they all work similar. They all have algorithms that determine how artists are ranked in similarity. So if somebody listens to Nas and that same person listens to Biggie, then those two artists get ranked as similar because that person listens to both of them. Now, if more people listen to both of those artists, then the relationship between them gets deeper. And if more users add Nas to a playlist, or music from Nas to a playlist, and add music from Biggie to the same playlist, then that relationship goes even deeper. So based on how users are listening to music on the platform, artists get ranked in similarity. Then they have artist radio stations like Nas Radio, where if you want to hear more music like Nas, you play Nas Radio. And if Nas and Biggie are ranked in similarity, then you get Nas music and Biggie music on Nas Radio. And the same works with Biggie radio station. You get Nas music on Biggie radio station because the two is ranked in similarity, right? Now, these users, when they playlist songs, like I said, it deepens the relationship and everything like that. So let's get that out the way. The fact that these are important fans to reach, and that is one of the core reasons why I'm recommending that you use Feature.fm and to advertise on Deezer, right? Now, when you are creating a campaign for Deezer on Feature.fm and you sign in, you'll see something that looks like this, right? You click this create a campaign button. You click the do a Deezer sponsored song campaign. Then you name the campaign. All right. Right? Then you have to search for the song on Deezer. Now, the best way to search for your song is to use the song title and your artist name, because that's going to help you come up quicker. If you use the song title and your artist name, if you just use the song title, it's going to come up with a whole bunch of other songs that got the same title, and you're going to have to sort through all of them to try to find your song. You could also just copy and paste the URL of the song from Deezer and put it in here, and it should come up as well. You choose your song, and all that look good to you. Then you go to target, your target audience, the audience you want to target. You choose the location, the country that you want to target. Right? You choose the age groups you want to target. You choose the gender, and you see Deezer already has your genre and similar artists pre-filled in, based on the data that they already have on you. So they have rap, hip hop, and then they have similar artists that they already, and based on their information, rank you similar to. And then you have whether it contains explicit content, like curses and stuff like that. And then you have call to actions. Now, call to actions is you basically telling the audience what you want them to do after they've listened to your song. So if somebody liked your song, you can ask them to check out the album. You can ask them to view your artist profile, or you can do something custom, like pick a custom action. And your custom action can be sending them to YouTube to watch your music video, or sending them to iTunes to buy the album, because you got to keep in mind too that the Deezer fans that are hearing these ads are Deezer users that are hearing these ads are users that are on the free tier. They're not paying $10 a month to use Deezer. So these are people who are either using it to discover music or using it somewhat like radio, with an on-demand option to hear a song again if they want to. But they don't have unlimited access to the music that they're streaming. So they might not be able to play a song, whenever they want, wherever they want, how many times that they want. They might be restricted in different types of ways from having ownership level access to that song. So these people might be motivated to some extent to go and buy a song that they like because they don't have access to it the way they would want on Deezer. So you can direct people to go and buy your music through these Deezer ads. And then you have tags, which you would utilize to kind of maybe put in things related to your genre that aren't like exactly your genre. Like you might put in underground hip hop or something like that, And then once all of that's set, you go to your budget. Now you see Deezer has these preset packages for how many streams you can get for how much money. The minimum amount you can spend is $49.99, and that's for 2,500 spins. $100 for 5,000 spins. $250 for 12,000 spins. $500 for 25,000 spins. Now again, the big thing about this is the fact that you're reaching an audience of highly engaged, highly active music fans who are looking for something new to some extent, a lot of them, and these people are playlisting music, creating playlists, adding music to their libraries, so these are important people to reach, man, and then by getting these people on the free tier to stream your music and playlist it and things of that nature, what happens is you infiltrate their system. And the artists that they listen to, you start getting ranked in similarity to. And then when people go and listen to those artists' radio stations, your music start coming up in those artists' radio stations. And when they go to those artists' webpage, when they go to those artists' pages on Deezer, Deezer might have you ranked as similar to them and recommend you to those users. So you start getting this organic traffic from those ads based off of the recommendation system, So you start getting these residual streams and these organic streams from the ad that can happen. Now, again, it all depends on how good the music is and how people feel about the music. But based on the campaigns that I've ran previously, the results have been great, you know, in regards of engagement, you know, people playlisting songs, people adding songs to their library, people clicking to watch the music videos on YouTube or clicking to join an artist mailing list. So it's proven to be true that they're a highly engaged and active fan base, community of users. So it's something that I recommend you guys do to get your music out there and to start getting actual fans to hear your music, you know, and start building up, you know, a fan base. So you guys can check it out. But there's a link in the description box that you guys can click and, you know, go and set up a feature.fm account and test this whole thing out, you know, if you want. This is Gift signing off. Pay us no mind. Peace.